These are the 4 worst breakfasts if you bloat every single day. Hi there, my name's Reese. I'm a nutritionist. I get to the root cause of reflux and bloating with the clients that I work with. And these are the most common 4 breakfasts that definitely cause people bloating. Now, the underlying root cause of your actual bloating is probably 2 things. It's one called dysbiosis, which is an imbalance between the positive and the more opportunistic bacteria inside the bowel, or you have a problem with the actual lining of your digestive tract. And when we say digestive tract, we're mainly talking about the large bowel or the colon. Now, the breakfasts that you must stay away from, and in my experience, these are the ones that cause people the most discomfort. So the first thing is coffee. Now, I know this is a controversial one because people love coffee, but often when you have digestive issues, coffee seems to irritate that lining. Although when you have good digestive health, the anthocyanins, the polyphenols, the thing that gives that coffee that bitter taste, are actually really good for your gut bacteria. They feed it and help your gut bacteria create what we call short-chain fatty acids that then feed the lining, and they also feed other bacteria. So if your digestive health is not good and you're bloating, coffee is a no, but if your digestive health is good, then coffee is a yes. The second thing I would stay away from is toast, breads, all gluten-containing grains. Now, gluten is a very tricky set of proteins. So gluten is actually a family of proteins, and they're very, very tricky for people to break down and digest if your gut bacteria is not right. But it's even worse if you have damage to the actual lining of your digestive tract, and this is really a massive inflammatory response, and the inflammatory markers come out into the bloodstream, and then you have a lot of problems digesting the gluten. So that's another thing I would stay away from. The third thing I would stay away from is dairy. Again, it's the high protein dairies that are going to cause you problems, things like kefir, things like milk, although kefir would be slightly better because it's partially fermented, so it breaks down some of the larger protein molecules into smaller ones, making it a little bit easier to digest. But if your digestive system is bad enough, you're probably going to have to stay away from kefir. I'd say all milk, most store-bought yogurts as well, are going to cause you issues. Now, there is some dairy that you could probably get away with, and that's the higher fat stuff like a sour cream, butter, ghee. They're less likely to cause you issues, but I also don't know many breakfasts that contain sour cream. The final one that I want you to stay away from is actually not breakfast, it's fasting. So fasting causes a lot of problems for people who bloat on a regular basis. Now, again, it's not saying that fasting is bad. For a lot of people, fasting would actually be good. And I think 12 hours is much easier than the 16 that is popular these days with the 16-8 fasting. I think 16 hours is probably far too many hours for most healthy people. Now, that being said, when you're bloating on a regular basis, I feel that eating 3 or 4 times a day without huge, massive breaks is going to work better for you. We don't actually know why that fasting makes some people worse when they have bloating, but what you can do is try to shorten your food window from the evening, not from the morning. So for example, you don't want to wake up, wait 6 hours and then decide to eat. That would be a really bad idea. If you're going to increase your fasting window, I'd eat dinner maybe 1 to 2 hours slightly earlier, and then you can increase your fasting window. That way, when you wake up, the body seems to like food quite quickly. So I would go for that. Hopefully that was useful to you. If you like these tips, please follow along for more.